Ethereum. You went out on a limb many years ago, and maybe you can tell me the whole story, and said this will be the next thing. I think you were buying at $7. You also started getting deep into this whole ecosystem. And again, I remember buying the coins that you recommended, and Uniswap didn't exist. I had to go find these random exchanges just to buy the crypto assets. People don't even realize these days how quick DeFi has actually progressed, because now when I buy Teeka's recommendations, I go to Uniswap. Typically, now they've got their own lists and stuff as well. But again, maybe Teeka, you could walk us through those early days and maybe what you saw in Ethereum and what you're seeing now.
Well, in 2016 is when I got involved in Bitcoin. I discovered the power behind Bitcoin in January. In the beginning of January 2016, when I first discovered Bitcoin in 2011, I just thought it was a scam, and I hadn't taken the time to learn about the underlying technology. In 2016, in January, I attended an event, the Consumer Electronics Show, and Brock Pierce was speaking about Bitcoin. And he was the first person to ever explain what a blockchain was in a way that I could understand. It was a way to move information and value without a trusted third party. And he explained how the consensus mechanism worked, how 51% of the computers in the network had to agree and validate the transaction in order for it to go through. And he explained how each one of these computers has an identical copy of the ledger that has the record of who owns what. And so unless you could corrupt 51% of the computers in the network, there was no way to break the network. And that was, my head exploded.
There's a lot of people out there right now, Teeka, whose heads are exploding on the back of your explanation there. Yeah. And sometimes, Teeka, it just takes the right person at the right moment to get it, to allow you to get it, right? It's weird how that happens.
It is strange how that happens. And I'll always be grateful for Brock Pierce giving that chat in Las Vegas. It changed my life. So I flew down immediately to Florida, which is where my publisher is headquartered. And I sat down with all the partners and I looked at them. And you have to understand, at the time, I was writing about conservative blue chip income producing stocks. And it was my core audience. It was 45 to 75 blue chip saving for retirement. So I fly down to Florida and I say, I'm writing about Bitcoin, and that's all I'm going to do. And they look at me like I have three heads. And they said, you're not writing about it here. And I said, look, I've owned a newsletter business before. If you won't let me write about it, I'll just spin up my own company and all I'll do is write about crypto. And like, no, you can write about it. So they let me start writing about it. So as I start doing more due diligence and start writing about Bitcoin, I come across an industry analyst. I can't remember her name right now, but she said to me that she was at a hackathon, a Bitcoin hackathon, but there was also this other protocol called Ethereum there. And she told me that 70 to 80% of the Bitcoin developers had moved over and were working on Ethereum. And in that moment, I said, well, hold on a second. These guys are the smartest guys on the planet. If they're now working on Ethereum and building on Ethereum, there's something there. So I read the Ethereum white paper, I researched it, and I managed to get an interview with Vitalik Buterin when he was living in, I believe it was Zurich at the time, Zurich or Zug. And we did this interview over Skype, and this kid melted my brain. Just his vision for the future. And what I realized is that he had created the dominant platform for blockchain development. That the majority of blockchain development programs that were created using a blockchain were going to be built on Ethereum. And in that moment that I realized that, and I realized it immediately after talking to him, I wrote a report on it and I recommended it. I think my recommended price was $9, somewhere between $7 and $9. And in that report, I said that Ethereum is worth at least $350 a coin, which was a $30 billion market cap at that time, right? The whole market cap of the entire space, crypto space, is maybe $3 or $4 billion. So here I was saying that this one coin was going to be worth more than 10x of the entire marketplace right now. It's the equivalent of coming in and saying, oh, global market cap of equities is 100 trillion, and this is going to be worth $900 trillion, right? I mean, it's just nuts. But that's what my research had suggested. And within a year, it had gone 4x higher than my $350 target. It had gone to $1,400. And of course, became a massive wealth builder for my readers and for myself.